Hey, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Amber. I make videos about kind of crunchy motherhood lifestyle and more recently about trying to get pregnant with baby number 2. So I'm going to be taking some pregnancy tests with you today. I did the same thing yesterday. Today is 10 DPO and nothing really has changed. My BBT did drop down a little bit, but like so little that I don't even consider it a drop. And I did say in my video yesterday that it usually peaks at 9 or 10 DPO. Today is 10 DPO, so maybe it peaked yesterday. It was 98.03 yesterday, and today it's 98.01. So that is technically a drop, but that's so small that the pattern is what matters, and it is still technically elevated, which isn't actually normal for me. My basal body temperature sometimes in my cycle doesn't go up to the 98s at all. And when it does, usually it drops right back down to the 97s the next day. The only reason I'm not really suspicious of it yet is because when I was in the 2-week wait with my son, my temperatures went up to like the mid 98s, which is very high for me. But they did start dropping down, staying in the 98s, but they did start dropping down like 3 or 4 days before I took the positive pregnancy test. So I didn't think I was pregnant because I saw that rise and I was like, that's weird. But then it started going back down, which usually means your period is coming. So I remember being like, okay, well, I must not be. And even after I got my positive pregnancy test, it still continued to drop down for several days, like to the point where I had to just stop temping because I was getting nervous that I was having a miscarriage. So the fact that it dropped down so little today doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's definitely not nearly as high as it was when I was pregnant before, but it is higher than it normally goes. And the fact that it's like staying in the 98s, I don't know. I mean, and also I know that implantation can happen anywhere from like 6 to 12 DPO, and I'm at 10. So anyway, okay. I'm gonna be taking all the same tests as I did yesterday, except instead of the Target knockoff of the Clearblue, I have a first response, which I'm really nervous about because I feel like this is like the tried and true test. So, all right. I'm nervous, but I'm going to start dipping these. So first, have the Easy at Home ovulation test. And I am just using this as my buffer because I have heard that it can appear really dark if you're pregnant. So we will see. Okay. Then the Easy at Home pregnancy test. Then I got these Wanfo tests, doing the Clearblue, the blue dye test. Okay. And then this is the first response. You are the one I'm nervous about. This is like the one I don't want to look at. I'm kind of nervous right now. Like I feel more nervous than I did yesterday because I feel like it's much more common to get a positive at 10 DPO. And I don't feel like I'm going to get a positive with any of these. Like I don't feel not pregnant. I don't feel like my period is coming, but I don't feel pregnant either. So I just don't know. Another thing that makes it kind of hard to compare this cycle or like my last 2 cycles to any of my previous cycles like within the last year is that I was having really bad sleep issues for 10 months. Yeah, about 10 months, when pretty much from when we first started trying until like 2 months ago or so, 2 months and then this month. So I do feel like sleeping better has changed my cycle. Okay, I'll see you in 3 minutes. All right, I'm down to 1 minute. So I think that the first 3 I dipped should be good. And then by the time I get to the last 2, it'll have been 3 minutes. Okay, first is the ovulation test. I'm gonna show you first. Okay. That is still pretty light. I think that almost looks like exactly the same as it did yesterday. Next is the Easy at Home pregnancy test. I'm fully expecting this one to be negative because I feel like these ones aren't very good for like early detection anyway. Yeah, that's negative. That is like full blown blank. I remember with my son, I didn't use the Easy at Home. I used the Pregmate ones, but when I did take the test, it was like very, very light. Like you could see it, but it was a little bit of a squinter. And then I went and got a first response, and it was like a solid, no doubt about it line. So those ones I'm always a little weary of. Okay, let's do the Wanfo. That's also very negative. Bad. Okay, next is the Clearblue. I have not heard really great things about these ones, so I don't know. I feel like it's the first response that's like the one that I'm kind of like holding on to hope for or not. Okay. Here we go. Okay, doesn't want to focus. Let's see. Yeah, that's very negative. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I had line eyes for a while where I would look at the test and I'd be like, I swear I see something. But at this point, I don't know if I just am like, there's no point in even kidding yourself, you know? Like it doesn't, mentally, it does not help you. Okay. Here's the first response. No, that's very, very negative. Okie dokie. Well, all of this has me thinking I'm probably not pregnant this cycle, which makes me nervous about next month because that's when I'm starting the letrozole. And I guess it's just, I don't know what they think is gonna happen. Like, because I know for sure I'm ovulating. And so I don't know if it's a problem with ovulation, like if the egg is not being released properly, or if it's maybe not being like captured by the fimbria to get into the fallopian tubes, or if there's like an implantation issue. I don't know. But okay, anyway, I will see what my temperature does tomorrow. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow to take more tests. If my temperature drops down even more, I'll probably still take some tests just in case, because like I told you, when I was pregnant, it was dropping down very consistently. But if it drops down again tomorrow and I get negative tests, then that for sure, I don't feel like I would need to do 12 DPO. Like to me, that is almost like a sure sign that I'm not pregnant and that my period is coming. So we will see. Thank you so much for watching and just letting me talk through all of this. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps out my channel. And stay tuned for tomorrow. Bye.